So it's June 23rd and I wanted to give you guys a garden update. My area has had a lot of rain this week. And so my tomatoes are really enjoying it. I don't know what's up with this, but it's like split into two. And I don't know which one is the sucker. I know this is a sucker. And I've let it get too big. So I'll have to get something and trim it. I'm not sure about this one either. But I've got plenty of tomatoes on here. And I don't know what's up with that. That looks gross. I think I'm going to take that whole thing off. I've been shaking the flowers whenever I see them and winding my plants through the grid. Oh, I broke that one. Pushed too hard and completely broke. This side. That side. You have to be careful. That is the growing tip too. But these two are the same, so I might cut this one off down here because they're coming from the same plant. And this is a sucker. I had given up on my Amish paste here, but it seems to have grown back. Anyway, that's the tomato update. These on the cucurbit bed the cucumbers finally seem to be growing really nice. They've gotten tall enough to wrap around now. So I'm going to pull them up and get them wrapped around. And I've got some females and males now. There's a female. I'll get my clips and clip them up. These, that's cucumber, but those are lemon. And they are growing everywhere. This is a Minnesota midget melon. And so is this. And over here are my squash plants. And I have lots of flowers, but they're all male. It won't be long, I'm sure, before I have some female flowers. And I probably need to put some milk on these. It looks like all the rain is starting to give it some powdery mildew. I think one of my other butternut squashes is finally coming up. I didn't think any of them would. And there's a female butternut squash. Woo! My leeks are doing wonderful. I'm pulling some weeds as I go in the allium bed. My onions, not so much. I don't know what I could do for my onions. I can grow Egyptian onions, but not regular onions. So these are pak choy. All through here, at least I think it's all pak choy. If not, we'll figure it out. There are plenty of beets up and a little bit of chard up, but not a whole lot. But I still have these huge chard plants, which I'm going to go ahead and start cutting back. It's time to harvest the chard. And I think it's time to harvest some of this lettuce. The rain goes straight through the shade cloth. The lettuce is looking good, so it's time to harvest and eat it. I don't want it to get huge. I'm just going to harvest the leaves. The sweet potato bed, I still haven't put in any of the Alabama Reds. I got the slips for it that I grew myself because that's what I eat in the house. So I've got the slips for it, but I haven't. Something is enjoying my sweet potato leaves, so I'm betting these are pretty good. Except for this one. This one is still green. I gave it some fish emulsion. I think this is the one that I forgot to put fertilizers down underneath. I can't get away from this grass. It doesn't matter what I do. This grass keeps coming up. As do the vines. But I'm trying to keep them under control. I'll probably mulch soon. I started this bed and put this Kellogg's Garden soil. It's local, locally made, but it's stunk. And so I haven't, I'm letting the bed rest a bit before I put my brassicas in it. The legume bed is doing amazing. Look how tall my rattlesnake pole beans have gotten. Ooh, I don't think it's focusing. There it goes. They are all the way to the top. Also, one of my gigantus is also all the way to the top. And this is about 8 feet. The rattlesnake pole beans has pretty flowers. So hopefully, oh look. See if I can get it to focus on it. I've got beans coming in. There it is. Well, it's not focusing. But there's beans coming in. I see little ones coming in. Woo, I'm so excited. I'm going to have green beans. And we definitely have a ton of rattlesnake pole beans that came up. But the cobra is not too far behind. And over here we have the garbanzo beans. They are a lot slower than the other beans. Even the black turtles. These are all black turtle pole beans. There's no flowers on them yet. But they've got a long growing season. They're not like regular bush beans or what y'all call dwarf beans. But flowers are coming in. Right there. But they have a really long growing season. Next year, I don't think I'm going to do so many rattlesnake pole bean plants. I'll probably just do... one row instead of 2 rows. We'll see how it goes. My Egyptian onions are forming tops. You can see that there. That's what does the walking. You can see the little green onions on top of those. You can eat the green onions now. And if you'll hold on a second, we'll look at the potatoes. This is the Jerusalem artichoke. It should be flowering soon. And these are the potatoes. Those ones are dying. And I don't think it's blight. There's no black spots. I think it's just that whatever that particular plant is ready to be pulled out. There might be some potatoes down in there. In front of the tomatoes or the peppers, I kind of skipped over them. But I am getting jalapeno peppers. And I have banana peppers. Look at that one. Those two are huge. On such a small plant though. See? Yep, the banana peppers usually do pretty good for me. Okay, and the last bed, which I still have covered up. I probably don't need to have it covered up, but I do, is my carrot bed. These keep coming. And the ones back there are getting really big. I don't think any of them are ready to harvest yet though. They're not. There's nothing in there to harvest. I'm going to top dress them with bone meal or more bloom and see if I can get the carrots to start really forming. All right, that's the garden. Today's June 23rd.